In the US, credit cards are everywhere. Some people don't give much thought to them at all. They simply swipe their card, buy what they need, and they're on their way. Other people give a little more thought to it and at least make sure that they're earning some sort of rewards like cash back, while others of us put together multi-card setups that all work together for a much broader strategy to basically maximize our travel and pay a lot less. And that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to be walking you through the step-by-step strategy of how the credit card pros put together their strategies. That way you'll be able to travel more like a millionaire without having to spend like one. So let's kick things off right now. Part 1. The pros choose a transferable and flexible core for their rewards. All right, a few terms to define here. Core simply refers to your core card or cards that you'll be using for the bulk of your transactions to earn points and miles from your daily purchases. Transferable refers to starting with points issued by one bank or one currency, so Capital One Venture Miles, for example, and then transferring them out to a partner hotel or airline. So you start with Venture Miles with Capital One, and you end up with, for example, Turkish airline miles. And then flexible refers to the ability to use your points or miles for a lot of different types of things. Since we're mostly focused on travel here, I'm referring to using the bank's portal, which kind of functions like an Expedia or a Kayak, for example, to search and book for a wide variety of flights, hotels, rental cars, and cruises. Now, to give you some examples of points that are both transferable and flexible to create a very powerful core setup for yourself, we've got American Express here with their membership rewards points. A few cards that earn those types of points are the Amex Platinum Card, Amex Gold Card, and Amex Green Card. Note that whichever card you get that earns membership rewards points, they can all transfer out to Amex's partners. Even the no-fee everyday card still works. Next up, we've got Chase with their ultimate rewards points. Some cards that earn these types of points are the Sapphire Reserve, the Sapphire Preferred, the Freedom Unlimited, or the Freedom Flex. Note here that you will need a premium card in order to transfer, meaning you must have one with an annual fee, like the Sapphire Preferred, Reserve, or even on the business side, the Ink Preferred. Capital One issues Venture Miles, also Spark Miles on the business side. Some cards that earn these types of miles on the personal side, though, are the Venture One, the Venture Rewards, or the Venture X. And all of these cards can transfer out to Capital One's partners. We then have the Built Rewards program. The issuer of the card right now is Wells Fargo. The points that are earned are Built Rewards points, and the only available card right now is the Built MasterCard. After that, we have Citi with Thank You points. A few cards that earn these types of rewards are the Rewards Plus card, the Double Cash, the Custom Cash, and the Premier. Also note here that you do need a premium card to transfer. As I record this, just the Citi Premier is the only option. And lastly, I'm also calling out Wells Fargo again individually because apart from the Built program, they're also working on their own proprietary transfer points program, which has been delayed a bit. Hopefully it will be launched in early 2024. Potentially with more cards to go with it as well. All right, so any of those types of points that we just went over are both transferable and flexible, giving you a lot of great options for high value redemptions. However, there are kind of two main strategies here that you can look at in order to put together a broader strategy. The first one here is a one bank setup. We often call this a trifecta or even a duo if it's two cards, or a quadfecta with four cards. It doesn't really matter how many you choose, but the main focus here is that it's with one bank. So here we've got an example of the Chase trifecta with the Sapphire Preferred, Freedom Flex, and Freedom Unlimited. All three of those cards earn the exact same type of points, ultimate rewards. They can all be pooled together and then moved over to the Sapphire Preferred side to be redeemed out to those transfer partners, or even get more value via Chase's portal for those flexible options. On the other side of the equation, we have a multi-bank setup, or a blended or a mixed setup. This allows you to put cards like the Sapphire Preferred with the Amex Gold and even the Capital One Venture Rewards card. In similar spirit to a one bank setup, what you're doing here is using the right card for the right purchase. So if one card earns more on groceries and a different card earns a higher rate on dining, while a third one gives you a better return on travel, you use the card that gives you the greatest number of points per dollar spent for that category. But the crazy thing here that most people don't think about is if you use different cards earning different types of points, you can still indirectly pool or combine them together if they have access to the same transfer partners. One great example of this is Air Canada's Aeroplan program, which is a common transfer partner of all these different cards here. So whether you're exclusively with Chase or running a blended setup here with different cards, they can all be pooled into your Aeroplan account. And to make this all a little bit easier for you all, here's a visual of the 5 major programs that are active as I make this video, with all the airline transfer partners across each major program at the top and the hotels there at the bottom. Feel free to look this over as long as you would like, pause it, screenshot it, make notes, whatever you like. I'm going to flip it now over to a color-coded one, whichever one you find to be more useful for you. This one shows you the overlapping partners with the same color. For example, British Airways Executive Club is in yellow across the entire chart here. So all of that takes care of the transferable side of the equation. Now on the flexible side, as I mentioned earlier, this kind of functions like a regular travel portal within each bank. So here's a screenshot from Chase, for example, where I can book hotels, flights, activities, cars, and cruises with a search engine, and it will populate the results, and then you can book whatever you like. As a final pro tip here, what the pros will often do is see how many points or miles you'd have to use in a separate transfer partner program. For example, how many miles would British Airways charge me using their miles versus how many miles would I have to use for the same flight directly through the Chase portal. Whichever one is less, go with that option. Allow me to jump in here real quick and briefly mention that as you are working on your pro credit card strategy, if you're looking for a great way to manage all your cards in one place and remove the headache of doing so manually, check out today's sponsor called MAXREWARDS. The MAXREWARDS app lays out all the essential information that I want to know about my credit cards, including things like my balances overall and each individual card, the rewards value that I have, my card utilization, and more. Also, my bills are here too, showing me when my actual due dates are and how much by card, so I never miss a due date, plus my credit scores as provided by each individual bank. I can also view all of my transactions across all of my cards in one scrollable list by date, so I can see where all my money's been going, including a summary view showing me the broader perspective as well, including sign-up bonus trackers, so I never miss one of my bonuses. I don't have one right now to show you, but you can simply add them by clicking Add Tracker right there. Perhaps I need to apply for a new card soon. MAXREWARDS also suggests the best card for you to use for an individual transaction, either by category or by location. That way you can be sure you're earning the most amount of rewards. And one of the best and most convenient features is the auto activation of all of your Amex offers, Chase offers, and more with the gold level of MAXREWARDS. That way you don't have to go into each card's app and each individual card and do it manually. So if you'd like to try MAXREWARDS either at the free level or at the gold level, you can actually get gold for your first month entirely free by using the link down below. Now back to the credit card strategies of the pros. Part 2, the pros get airline and hotel cards for specific benefits and rarely for rewards. Let's turn our eyes over to some airline credit cards as examples. We've got the City Advantage Platinum Select for American Airlines, the Delta SkyMiles Gold, the United Explorer card, and the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier. All of these are kind of like the mid-tier offerings from each of these airlines with annual fees roughly around $95 to $99. On the right-hand side of your screen, I listed some of the main benefits for each card. These are not all inclusive, by the way. There are other benefits, but for the main point here, I included 4 for each one. And if I color code these, you'll notice a nice recurring theme. In yellow, we have a free checked bag benefit. In orange, we've got something to do with a preferred or priority boarding benefit, and then in green, an in-flight discount. The cards then go a few steps beyond that with additional benefits that may help you earn towards elite status faster or give you greater convenience. In the example of the United card, you get a couple passes to the United Club each year. The downside about the rewards, or points and miles in this case, earned on these types of cards, and why the pros don't usually use them to earn rewards, is simply because that they are very limited. You can only redeem them for good value on those air carriers or their partners. The same approach holds true with the hotel cards. Now we've got 4 of these on the screen: the Hilton Honors Surpass, IHG Premier, Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, and World of Hyatt. A handful of the main benefits are also included there on the right-hand side of the screen, and color coding a few of these, we see that every single one in yellow confers some level of elite status in their program. Also in blue, we see a free night award, whether you have to spend toward it, like in the case of Hilton, or you get it by default for having your card open, as is the case with IHG, Marriott, and the Hyatt card. Then the cards may give you additional benefits in the form of credits, status with a partner, a 4th night free benefit, or perhaps elite night credits of some sort to qualify for a higher tier of status. Given all that context for both the airline and hotel cards, I would say there are a couple exceptions, at least main ones, for spending on these types of cards. The first would be, of course, if you're spending towards a higher level of status with your airline or hotel program. If you are going to stay a certain amount of nights or fly a certain amount or spend a certain amount with an airline, but you don't yet reach the tier that you want, the credit card may give you the boost you need to get into that next level of benefits for the elite tier that you may value a lot. The second main reason to spend on these types of cards will be for their top tier multiplier. With that, I'm referring to spending on the Hilton card for Hilton stays, or perhaps one of the Delta cards for Delta flights. Those tend to be the highest multiplier, giving the most amount of points or miles earned per $1 spent. Therefore, your return might be decent if your goal is to earn points in that specific program. Part 3, the pros get premium travel cards for broad benefits. Now, unlike the hotel and airline cards that we just saw, which gave you very specific benefits with those brands, these types of cards, while they also may have brand partnerships, give you a much wider array of benefits that span across a lot of different travel partners. Some examples of these types of cards and what they're best known for in a broad sense include the Amex Platinum Card. This is great for lounge access across a lot of different networks, plus VIP lifestyle. So think about like access and status across a wider variety of programs. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, in my eyes, has the best overall rewards program with its high flat rate value of 1.5 cents per point via the portal, plus transfer partners and more. I'd say it's also pretty easy to use and a great way to get value without having to work too hard with it. In a similar fashion and also a lower annual fee is the Capital One Venture X. This is more entry level, but still premium with just kind of the basics of what you need without tons of credits and stuff to manage. Also, it's known for its simplicity with its overall benefit structure and ability to earn double miles on all purchases as its base rate. And part number 4, the pros don't book travel through portals, although there are a few exceptions. This is going to be interesting. Let's start with status and earning. When you book travel through a third-party portal, which we often call an OTA or online travel agency, which includes the likes of Expedia, Kayak, Hotels.com, etc., you often miss out on a lot of additional perks and benefits. For instance, when you book a hotel through a portal, they usually don't recognize your current elite status and all the benefits that you may have because of it. You also usually don't earn elite credits toward additional status, and you also usually don't earn hotel points. With rental cars, it's pretty much the same thing here too. They usually don't recognize your current elite status, you usually don't earn elite credits, and you usually don't earn rewards or free rentals as part of their program. Airlines, on the other hand, tend to be much more forgiving. When you book a flight through a portal, they usually do recognize your current status. You can still earn elite credits and also the rewards / miles in their program for your flight. Lastly, there at the bottom in terms of your earning points for the multipliers that you earn per $1 spent via these portals. Most of these are referring to the bank portals, by the way. They may be higher with a credit card. To give you an example of this, we can see here with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you can actually earn 5 points per dollar on flights when you book them through Chase Ultimate Rewards. That is the Chase portal. That earning rate increases to 10 points per dollar on hotels and car rentals when you book them through the same Chase travel portal, and 10 points per dollar on Chase dining through the Ultimate Rewards portal. If you don't go through the portal, then you just earn 3 points per dollar on these types of purchases. We see the same pattern here with the Capital One Venture X. It's 10 miles per dollar on hotels and rental cars through the Capital One travel portal, and 5 miles per dollar on flights booked through the Capital One travel portal. And Citi is doing the same thing as well with their Premier card for a limited time. Through June 30th, 2024, hotel and car rental bookings through the Citi travel portal earn 10 points per dollar. Now, what happens if you decide to book directly with the airline or the hotel websites? Well, in this case, all those benefits typically come right to you. For hotels, they do recognize your status. You can still earn credits toward more status and also earn hotel points in the program in addition to whatever you earn with your credit card. Same with the rental cars there, and of course the airlines still hold true with that as well. As for the point multipliers here, they may be lower with a credit card. Let's address another part of the portal problem, getting help. When booking through a portal, contacting customer service could be a hassle during changes, cancellations, irregular operations, and refunds. Whereas if you book directly, then contacting customer service could be easier during those same types of things that we just went over here. And finally, let's talk about booking a trip through a portal. What you may find is that the pricing could be higher and the inventory may be lower. Perhaps you might see fewer flight options or fewer room options or room types, for example. And then when booking directly, you may find the opposite to hold true. So pricing may be lower and inventory may be higher. This is not always the case, of course, so that's why you always want to do your comparison. What is the portal offer? What is the direct price offer? And with all that said, you are now up to speed on how the pros deal with their credit card strategies. If you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, to sign up for the new version of Max Rewards to manage multiple cards, rewards, benefits, and more all in one place, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. And also be sure to check out the community tab on my channel, which is where I post a lot about deals, breaking news, updates, and more to keep you all informed when a video does not go up. I thank you all for tuning into today's video. Hope it brought you some great value and better understanding about how to approach a credit card strategy from a higher value perspective. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and while you're waiting for it, always remember that you are great.